Hey everyone, I'm Brad Nelson.
And I'm Ross Merriam.
And you're watching the Versus series on StarCityGames.com.
Hey, welcome everyone to another episode of the Versus series. I'm here with my best friend in the entire world, Bradley J. Nelson.
Best friends forever.
And we are going to bring you 5 days of awesome constructed Magic between best friends forever. Today we're going to be playing Standard, Brad's favorite format.
It is my favorite format.
See?
That is the first thing Ross has said that's true today.
I know him so well because we're best friends.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we're playing Modern, among Brad's least favorite formats.
No, Wednesday's my least favorite format.
Wednesday's no banless Modern.
Yes.
And then we have Legacy on Thursday and Pauper on Friday.
We start and end on a high note, in my opinion. Both those formats are so much fun.
You like Pauper, especially 5-color enchantment prison?
Why do you got to do this? Why do we got to start off like this right out of the gates?
I don't know what you're talking about, Brad. Normally you read me so well, but now,
all right,
now you're a little off.
We're here for 5 days of Constructed. Hopefully we can keep our sanity while we get through it all. I'm going to be counting on you to help me out. Help me through this. But let's just roll some dice.
Brad, I'm here for you if you need my help.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm going to need to go to a doctor after this morning.
All right, so 5-hand poker. Is that how we're going to do this?
Yep. 5 dice stud. Pair of 4s.
3 of a kind. All right.
We don't know what the other person is playing.
I can keep this. It's not the best hand, but it's hard to complain.
My hand is also not the best hand, but unlike Bradley, I believe it's easy to complain. Still going to keep.
I mean, I'm probably going to do too much complaining over the next 5 days, so don't want to really.
Scattered Groves.
I was thinking you might be playing something like green-white tokens. Just pick the deck that did well the week before, or won the Moto PTQ.
Yeah. I was thinking you might be playing Grixis Energy.
Because that's what I play.
Yeah. Okay, that's an interesting-ish one. Yeah, I guess getting that down is probably best.
All right.
Dragon fodder.
So here's one of the great things about Grixis over blue-black mid-range with Siphoner. In blue-black, this seems like a miserable board. Already, it starts off bad. But this deck can generate energy with Harness Lightning and Whirler Virtuoso, so you can get your card advantage elsewhere. So we'll be going up to 4 energy and pass the turn.
Whirler is definitely a tough card for this deck. We're going to be looking more for Brad to not draw that card.
Or got to get that big boat into play.
That would be nice. So I definitely want to start setting up this next turn. So I'm all over the place. Let's just get Adorned Pouncer onto the battlefield.
All right, well, I'm going to go to 19 and start drawing a bunch of cards.
A bunch of cards?
Draw. Draw again. All right, well, I guess we might, our turn can be some combination of these. So I feel like we'll just play the Summit and pass the turn. These games tend to go really long.
Do they now? I'll play a SRAM's Expertise.
It results.
I'll play Aether's for Harvester off of the Expertise.
That results.
I'll get 2 energies. And Director's slacking today. I don't have an energy. We'll get that up. And I still don't have any good attacks, so I'll pass the turn.
There's no energy in here?
Nope.
We're buddies. We can share.
Oh, thank you very much, Brad.
All right, so I'm going to start the turn off by
gonna try to pay.
cycling Fetid Pools. And
Are you not drawing an extra card here?
no, I'm starting the end of your turn.
End of turn. Okay.
My turns often start at the end of your turn.
Okay.
So now we're in a weird spot where we can fire this off, but this is a tough turn.
Yeah, I don't really have any creatures you want to kill.
That doesn't usually matter, really. Game one, there's obviously I have too much removal in my deck, but we have to figure out how to make sure to stem any significant damage as best as possible. And maybe playing a tap land last turn would have been better. So I think we're going to try to make sure that we hit a 6th untapped. Well, I wish that was my turn. All right. We'll go to
18.
Yep, 18. Draw.
Yep.
Draw for turn.
Just doesn't feel like interacting with me at all.
That's
I
interesting.
have so many creatures for you to kill.
That is true. I do. There is a lot of creatures on the board to kill. Our turn could be this. So there's a good chance that the game starts getting interesting if Ross has a boat. But besides that, I think we're kind of priced into just making this our play and just passing the turn.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, we can't do that. You can just appeal to authority and just destroy me. I think we just have to say go. I can't leave that in play if I want to do that. So yeah, we just have to say go. I could have killed that and then probably made that same play.
So how do I want to play this? I can 6 cards in hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming 2 to 3 of them are removal spells. Which makes my hand a little awkward, but I do want to start getting in some attacks. So what I'm going to do is start off with a Legion's Landing.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. I'm going to appeal this servo token. So I want to target one of my weaker creatures to force a removal spell on something bad. And then I can aftermath with authority and set up a large attack here. I guess I should crew the Harvester first.
Okay, yeah, you're doing that.
Just to give myself another creature.
Okay, that resolves.
Okay, so I have 8 creatures as a 9/9.
Okay.
Authority tapping your 2 things.
Okay.
And attack with all of my things.
And I will.
Nice little 18-point attack here.
This.
That triggers this too. Okay, so you gain 2, so you take 7 overall.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I count 9.
But you gain 2.
Oh yeah, I already gained the 2.
Okay,
There, so 11. So I go to 11.
Yes, and then this is transformed. That was another reason to set up this attack to transform the Adanto. I have no need for energy, so I should just gain this life. Sorry to do all these things out of order.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm at 23 and you're at 11?
Yep.
And I'll pass the turn.
You have 2 cards in hand?
Yes.
I have 11 life. 1 energy.
Always nice when Vraska's Contempt trades for half a servo
token.
exhibition.
Yeah.
I guess they traded for the appeal too, so.
We'll just draw.
But as Field of Ruin, there can't be that many copies of that in your deck.
There's not that many copies of this in my deck.
Yeah. Well, 1, maybe 2.
All right.
I'm not intimately familiar with
Nothing
these
too
lists.
exciting this turn, but we will. We'll play a Chandra.
Okay.
Tick down, and I guess just take out. There's a good chance that this is going to happen no matter what next turn if Ross doesn't have anything to do, or that we'll interact with this next turn. No matter what. I was hoping to wait a little bit on that, but I don't think I can anymore. So I guess we're just going to take out the Pouncer and then pass the turn.
Okay. Interesting. 4 cards in hand now. Huh. In a bit of an awkward spot now, in that I doubt my Harvester is going to connect against this Chandra, although you can't Harness Lightning the Harvester. Guess you'd have to have an Abrade. This is where my lack of familiarity with these Grixis lists. I don't think they have many copies of Abrade. They're usually like 2 or 3 sprays, 4 Contempt, 4 Harness Lightning. Probably have 1 or 2 Abrades. It's not a card that is particularly good the way the metagame is right now. I mean, I could throw away a couple tokens to deal with this Chandra too, which is not the worst
I say you just
idea.
vote it.
That would make things easier. Honestly, I would probably just boat this and then, and then attack. Yeah, boat would have been an incredible draw, but so if I were to send, I'd have to send 4 tokens at the Chandra to kill it through a removal spell. And at that point, it's probably just worth sending all 5. You could trade the Siphoner for a token, which is fine, and then eat 1. I think that's the best thing to do here. Yeah.
I'll just send all 5 at
Chandra.
All right, I will block the
Vampire.
Okay,
I go to 24.
Another expertise?
Play another expertise.
Oh, that's gross.
Cast a Jade Light Ranger off of that one. So
I have a response to the Jade Light.
Oh, okay. So this is still on the stack.
Yeah.
No. This happens as resolution. It's not Cascade.
I'm gonna Harness Lightning.
So you go up to 3 energy.
Yeah.
Explorer's good. Let's bin that for value.
Jeez.
And I guess we'll bin that.
All right, you have 1 card left?
I have 1 card.
All right, well, if it's not too scary, we maybe can stabilize this game.
Yeah, the extra energy from the Harness Lightning is pretty good there to get up to 3.
All right, my turn.
Yeah. Might have just let Brad get away with something there. I do
Well-
have 3 Adorned Pouncers in my graveyard now. And milling the Pouncers is also good. So if I leave them on top and Brad is at all afraid of me casting them, he can just feel the ruin.
All right. Well, I think our only play, sadly, for now is to play a Siphoner and pass the turn.
Okay, so
Can't afford to fill the ruin yet, sadly.
I assume this is Contempt. That's a good one.
No, don't be a good one. No, don't be a good one. Resolves.
I'll deal 3 of the Virtuoso.
Oh, Glimmer.
Okay.
Both bottom, I guess. All right, I'm dead.
Okay.
I said don't be a good one.
Oh, the other card in my hand was Appeal, which I also think is good.
All right, so we're here for sideboarding, and I'm going to be taking out a high density of the removal that's bad and bringing in removal spells that are good, and this should help out in a lot of ways. As if I had these cards over whatever when I drew these, the matchup would have felt a lot better.
Yeah. On my side, I'm assuming Brad has some number of sort of like sweeper-based removals, like Golden Demise. I've seen that pop up a lot more often in these mid-range and control decks as the various token strategies have come into the metagame. I still think the token generators themselves are good, but I'm going to have to be a lot more careful with how I sequence them. I can't just spew onto the battlefield very quickly. So I'm cutting some of the cards that really depend on me creating a big battlefield very quickly and some of my weaker threats, and instead bring in some removal so I can deal with Whirl of Virtuosos and Scarab Gods and stuff, and then some bigger threats that can hold their own. And,
Are you talking about Carnage Tyrant?
Maybe.
All right, well, we're here for game 2, and my hand could be risky, but it's definitely worth it.
My hand's a little land heavy, but one of my lands cycles, so that's always nice.
That is always nice.
I'll play Allegiance Landing.
All right, I will play a Siphoner. Your turn.
No hub, that's good.
No hub is good.
Attack for 1.
19 to 21.
Kill it.
No! Oh, really, deck? All right. Go.
Oh, that one's better than the first one. Mush for 1.
18.
Still no
22.
tradesies?
Yeah, no tradesies.
Your life total is going down so rapidly. I can't believe you would be so cavalier.
Oh, no, and you have a 3-drop, too?
I have a Jadelight Ranger.
Gross.
I will leave that one right there.
Yep.
You can go.
All right, I'll go down to 0 energy.
And 0 life points. 17.
Life points. Well, this is quite interesting. All right, we're going to start off with a Duress to see where our turn takes us.
I have 1 card you can take with Duress.
Then you have Tyrant.
Tyrant, 3 lands.
Right.
It's coming for you. 3 turns
It
from
really
now.
is, actually. That's really bad. Sheep.
You knew about the Oasis. I wonder if I was
pretty
supposed
bad,
to not attack with Vampire to dissuade this attack.
Get an energy.
I'll go to 20. It's an interesting way to look at it.
All right, and then since he's just... Oh, so you didn't have the Tyrant in hand and you drew it with the cycle, or did you have the Tyrant in your opener? All right, I'm going to kill that and go up to 2 energy.
Off the what now?
Did you have Tyrant in your opening hand?
Um,
Because you were talking about that cycle land, but then you put it into play on turn. Wait, when did you put the cycle land into play?
did I accidentally play this on turn 3 thinking it was another Sun Petal Grove?
It must have, because you did curve out against me.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's imagine I played a forest, because I certainly had one.
Sure.
I'm sure everyone's already yelling at me. All the lands always just look the same to me. And obviously I forgot it.
16, 21.
Go to 2 energy.
15, draw an extra card.
Yeah, I definitely just put the tap land into play without thinking about it. Perfect. Perfect timing. Are you at 15 now? Did I miss that?
Yeah, I'm at 15.
Yeah. I'll go to 19.
Go.
Okay. Once again, Brad doesn't have enough energy to harness lightning this harvester. If you had a braid, you can kill the harvester regardless.
Oh, you drew something off the top?
I drew a Ram's expertise.
Yeah.
But I can't cast anything off of it. Crew the harvester and mush. Having a braid, you take 1, go to 14. Yeah, 14 to 20. And now to guarantee I can tyrant next turn, I'll play my tap land.
Yep. 2 energy. Play Scarab God, pass the turn.
Oh, now things are getting interesting. I guess I could have played the Oasis trying to rely on flipping Legion's Landing for the 6th land, but if you had any kind of sweeper, that gets hairy. So what happens with the Scarab God? The only creature in a graveyard is this Jadelight Ranger. If I attack with all of my creatures, you definitely eat one with Scarab God. Do you also trade one with Siphoner? I don't think you do. Yeah. Mush.
I think I do, actually.
Okay. So you take 2, I gain 1.
12.
12 to 21.
Yep. Yep.
You can go.
All right. I don't. The chance of hitting here something relevant is low, but still worth the play. So I will duress you. Nice. Wow, you kept that in. That is a little brutal, though. Okay, your turn.
Interesting. Okay. So I'm assuming Brad is going to take my Jadelight Ranger. On top of that, the worst case scenario is then having a Magma Spray in addition.
Magma Spray.
Yeah.
What? Oh, just to like take out a servo?
Yeah.
Sure.
Just on top of that, the only other thing you could do once you're down on 1 mana, because I usually play spray over push. If I use the authority just to be able to get an attack in with the Carnage Tyrant, can I force a chump block with the Jadelight Ranger?
No, I can go to 1.
This is 10. No. Yeah, you block a servo and go to 1. And then you'd still be in pretty good shape. But how does this change things? Sacrificing if I want to activate Sheffet Dunes, this is 12 total, which means you can still block a servo and go to 2. If I activate the Oasis, then you can block a servo and go to 1. And then I'd rather keep the Oasis around because of the Carnage Tyrant, so I think activating Oasis is better. Activating Oasis is better, as I screwed up. And I do think I just want to tap this down.
So you're activating the
Hash up Oasis, sacrificing the dunes.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Targeting the Tyrant. Yeah.
And you're going to tap this down?
Yes. And then I will attack you for 12.
Okay. It's better to bring this back to get further into my deck, I do believe. So I'll bring back the Jade Light Ranger. That goes to hand. That goes to hand. A bunch of tap lands, so it's just a 4/4, and I'll block 1 and go to 1.
You're at 1. Pass turn.
Yep. All right, so
do you scry and
I hit 2 lands.
No.
Oh no, I didn't do the scry.
Off the scrub.
Oh yeah, sorry.
That'll bring me to 20.
Well, this has to be a keep, and we just have to hope that Ross doesn't draw anything off the top.
Maybe I was supposed to hash up Oasis, the Carnage Tyrant, sacking the Oasis, attack you with just it, have you go to 2, and then have the Sheffet Dunes and be able to create 3 lethal attackers next turn. One that's 8 power trample. That seems better.
What should you have done?
I think I should have sacked Oasis, target Tyrant, tap this thing down, just attack with Tyrant, have you go to 2, most likely, keep this around, and then play the Sheffet Dunes and have both servos and Dunes and be able to create 3 lethal attackers.
All right, so now we will, I think we're just going to hope to not get top decked and do this.
Yeah, that would have been very good against the Sheffet Dunes play, but what am I supposed to top deck here?
Another appeal?
Don't have a lot of those left in my deck.
3-mana interaction should kill me.
3, 8. Make a token is 9. So this Baffling End seems pretty good.
Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me.
Take that one.
You gotta be kidding me. That is just disgusting. So you really hit 2 lands off of your, or you hit a land off your thing and never drew another land?
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
Okay, starting off with a win in a format where Brad has a sizable experience advantage.
Yes, I have played more than 2 games of the format.
I've played more games of the format, just not with the green-white deck.
Yeah.
And I've daily digested a lot of different token decks. Like I played a bit with Jack Kiefer's deck from the Grand Prix. That was the vampire tokens.
Mm-hmm.
There was a cool Sram's Expertise Growing Rights Viltmock deck with Walking Ballista to sink the mana into. That was fun. But I played that deck against Mono Red, and I had Wild Growth Walker.
That made it easier. Digest decks. Why is that what you're talking about right now?
Because Standard is sweet. There are so many cool things you can Sram's Expertise into. Or in the case of Game 2, just Sram's Expertise into nothing.
All right. Well, it has been proven that Carnage Tyrant and Tempo are a disgusting combo, and one of the best ways for a deck like green-white tokens to dispatch these mid-range Scarab God decks, to get under them and then be able to play a Carnage Tyrant or even a boat
Yeah.
I've had good results with this Grixis deck in this matchup. Game 1 is always rough, but stumbling on mana into drawing duresses where I would want lands was definitely like a key that game.
Your duresses were pretty good.
No,
You got to
one,
cast out and appeal.
sure, but like they weren't. I mean, missing the land drop is where
Yeah.
like the whole game fell apart. But cards like Skyship and Carnage Tyrant are exactly where I think green-white tokens decks are supposed to be going.
Yeah, they're cards that support the token plan. Like, it's really difficult to be able to answer both at the same time,
Yes.
unless you have like Fumigate, which obviously Grixis decks don't.
That doesn't answer both.
Hmm.
Fumigate doesn't answer both vehicles and creatures.
It doesn't answer vehicles. It answers Carnage Tyrant. So it
Sure,
gets
yeah.
2 out of 3, which is
1 out of 3.
Huh.
Harvester, Skyship. We're talking top end here.
Oh, no, I'm talking everything. Like, I'm talking. Well, there's vehicles, Carnage Tyrant specifically, and then tokens. Those were the 3 that.
Yeah, but there's also Eternalize, which means that like
Fumigate's not good
effects
against
aren't
them.
even that good. And these vehicles are actually pretty powerful against wrath effects because they are forced to counter, but dealing with a bunch of tokens.
Yeah,
I do think that this iteration of tokens is where it's at, and one of its worst matchups is the Sultai Constrictor decks, where you have a card like Solemnity that usually isn't good enough. Like we saw it not good enough against Teamer decks.
Yeah.
In the past, but it was effective against decks that also had Walking Ballista, also had Rishkar, also have a Dante's Climb, and even Bristling Hydra.
Yep.
So the deck has a lot of +1/+1 counters, along with a small supplemental energy theme, so you're able to get both.
Yes, when you can get both, and then that's a deck that's really relying on its synergies to go over the top of you.
Yeah.
And they're very good at doing that if you can't break them up. So
especially in a deck
like
this where you can't remove. Yeah, you don't have any removal, so you need like the best effect. So when you draw it, it can do its thing.
Yeah, like you're both synergy laden decks, but their synergies just sort of trump yours in a heads up fight. So you're the deck that's forced to change.
Yep.
That makes sense. And it looks like Standard has settled into this nice little. There's maybe like 5 sort of macro archetypes. There's like blue-black X mid-range. There's the blue-black control, which is, they're all sort of together similar. There's red aggro. There's token-based aggro decks. And then there's constrictor decks.
I mean, everyone likes to say that the format is opened up and is fun, but...
I'm not saying it's open. I think it's narrowed.
But...
There's those 4 or 5.
It's still just the Scarab God. Like,
yeah. I mean, the blue-black X decks and mono red are at the top.
No, mono red isn't anymore. You are not keeping up. Mono
red has fallen.
It's fallen a lot.
Oh,
it's fallen significantly. It is on the 2nd tier on Goldfish. Actually, it's on the 1st and 2nd tier. They have 2 different mono reds.
Because there's mono red and red black.
I don't know. It's not even like that. It just says mono red aggro on both. But no, it's significantly dropped in appeal since the entire format is figuring out exactly how to beat it.
Yeah.
So Hazoret has been defeated, and now the war is on the Scarab God.
Yes,
to see if
Scarab God is a bit more formidable of an opponent.
It is. I'm excited. I don't think I'm going to be leaving home without him for the foreseeable future. And every week I'm just playing more and more Magic to just try to find the best combinations of cards because there's so many that you can play. Even just in a Grixis shell, there's just a million different cards you can choose
from. We're getting to the point in the metagame development where people are trying to figure out the niche cards. Yeah. And then like find different things to take advantage of specific holes in the metagame, as opposed to the early stage where you're really just trying to find like the best shell and the most powerful cards.
Well, if you didn't top deck there and we got into this long game, I was going to blow you out because the niche card that
I had, Pirate Sweeper.
Yeah, which is an instant speed answer. You can get it back with Torrential Gear Hulk.
Yeah,
it's been very good for me. And just being instant speed. And you were talking about Gold Demise, but I found that my sweeper interacting with Chandra is also important in these matchups. So like on turn 5, I can play Chandra, tick up and play it.
Oh yeah. So you put your hand down at the end of the game, and I saw Cannonade. There we go.
Yeah.
And I was that makes complete sense.
Yeah. It's been very good, especially with those all-out attacks, last-ditch effort turns.
Yeah.
Where you can just Sweltering Suns, but you're tapping out on your turn. You might get them to use their Chef at Dunes or their Appeal to Authority, stuff like that. So I've liked that card a lot. It's specifically best against vampires where they rebuild and try to draw cards, where you usually cast it and flash it back with Torrential Gear Hulk. Getting 2 sweepers on them is really important.
Yeah, that's the black-white vampires.
Yes. Yeah, they're built around a good steady, like a good stream of vampires along with Call to the Feast, and then the top end is now the Champion of Dusk.
Yeah.
So they just draw a bunch of cards. Well, for a while it was Horse. And
Well, that was Kiefer's build.
Yeah.
And I love me some Horse.
I do too. I've thought about many times. Have I joked about doing one of those 12-hour streams and just having look at my horse. My horse is amazing on repeat, and only playing horse decks and never tell anyone about it. Now it's ruined. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
But I did think that would be funny. Be like 12-hour stream. That sounds fun, and it would be the most miserable thing anyone could experience.
That sounds great. You could have a bunch of Charlie the Unicorn gifs lined up.
Yeah. No, it would just be look at my horse. My horse is amazing on repeat 12 hours. You can barely hear me. I don't even have to listen to the music.
Okay, we've dragged this one on long enough.
Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching.
1-0 lead. I won standard.
You're not going to pull it out of me this time. I know your life is sad and you need these.
I'm not even trying to antagonize you. I'm just happy about winning standard. Let me be happy, Brad.
I am letting you be happy.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow for Modern.